Hello everybody, today I'm going to talk about Australia, a beautiful country and an excellent place to live, to study and to work. To start, I would like to talk about some facts that are very important for this country. Australia is an island nation that is located in the southern part of the Pacific Ocean. It is the sixth largest country in the world, occupying an entire continent of some 7.6 million square kilometers. The capital of Australia is Canberra. Australia is one of the most ethnically diverse societies in the world today. Almost 1 in 4 Australian residents were born outside of Australia, and many more are first or second generation Australians, the children and grandchildren of recently arrived migrants. This wide variety of backgrounds, together with the culture of indigenous Australians who have lived on the Australian continent for more than 50,000 years, have helped create a uniquely Australian identity and spirit. Now I'm going to talk about some curious information about this country that maybe you don't know. These are very interesting and have a cultural value. Australia has the world's third largest ocean territory, spanning 3 oceans and covering around 12 million square kilometers. Canberra was selected as the capital because Sydney and Melbourne couldn't stop arguing which city should be the capital of Australia. This country was one of the founding members of the United Nations. Australia is the sports capital of the world, has 70% of its total population participating at least once a week in a particular recreational activity or sport. Australia Day is a celebration of diversity and tolerance in Australian society, embracing all ethnic backgrounds, racial differences, and political viewpoints. Finally, in Australia, there are more sheep than kangaroos. The national language in Australia is English. The English language arrived in Australia a little more than 200 years ago, and since that time it has been developed and adapted to give Australians a specific dialect. With the loss of its American colonies in 1783, the British government sent a fleet of ships, the first fleet under the command of Captain Arthur Phillip, to establish a new penal colony in New South Wales. A camp was set up and the flag raised at Sydney Cove, Port Jackson, on 26 January 1788. A date which became Australia's National Day. This day, although the British Crown colony of New South Wales was not formally promulgated until February 1788. The first settlement led to the foundation of Sydney and the establishment of farming, industry, and commerce, and the exploration and settlement of other regions. Over 200 different languages and dialects are spoken in Australia, including 45 indigenous languages. The most common non-English spoken languages are Italian, Greek, Arabic, Vietnamese, and Mandarin. As I mentioned before, Australia is an amazing place to study because there are a lot of recognized universities which are in the ranking of the best 100 worldwide. The five most important are Australian National University, University of Melbourne, University of Sydney, University of Queensland, and Macquarie University. All of them have undergraduate and postgraduate programs with higher quality, and also these have agreements with more than 120 countries to host international students, providing them some facilities in improving the level of English and in the preparation of language proficiency exam that is required to apply to any course. I'm going to tell you about two masters that I'm interested in because these are closer to English teaching, and because I think these masters can help me to find strategies to be better teacher and better student too. One of them is called Master of English Studies, and the other is called Master of Education, teaching English to speakers of other languages. The first is offered by University of Sydney, that have the best English program in Australia, and it offers a great diversity of subjects with a focus in literature, especially in English literature at an advanced level. It focuses on four core approaches: critical reading, literary history, genre, and literary comparison. The second master is at the Queensland University. The objectives of this master are prepares you for a professional career in English language teaching. It is ideal for teachers who want further specialization in the English as a second language field. Develop excellent knowledge and practical skills to teach English to speakers of other languages. Both masters gave you the opportunity to work part-time during the week and full-time in holidays, and according to your grades and your academic experiences and progresses, you can apply for skilled visa. That is the kind of visa to acquire the residence. Almost all universities offered scholarships to contribute in the development and progress of education in some countries in cooperation with the Australian government. This kind of help can include money to study and to live, computer and internet, part-time work at the university including home and food. Finally, I would like to talk about the requirements to get a student visa and these which are necessary to apply to a master's program. First, the student visa. It was modified and from July 2016 new changes in the visa process start working. This visa allows you to stay in Australia to study full-time in a recognized education institutions. These are the requirements of the new visa subclass 500. If applying outside Australia, this must be a confirmation of enrollment for all intended courses. You must show evidence of adequate health insurance. Your education provider could arrange this. Health insurance can only be met by overseas student health cover. You must evidence that you met the genuine temporary entrant requirement for a student visa. This can include a statement that you intend to genuinely stay in Australia temporarily. You have to evidence your identity. This might include a certified copy of your birth certificate or your driver's license. You must show your employment history. You can also attach your most recent curriculum vitae or resume, and this should include full employment and educational history, including dates and positions held for at least the last 5 years. You have to show your qualifications. Outside Australia, evidence of your overseas qualification might include a certified copy of your academic transcripts, educational certificate, degree, or letter from your overseas educational institution. You might need to provide evidence of your English language skills with your visa application. You need to provide evidence of your English language proficiency. They will accept the following minimum English language test score: ELT at least 6.5, TOEFL at least 90, Cambridge English Advanced at least 162. Everyone who wants to enter Australia must be of good character and will be assessed against the character requirements. You must answer a number of character-related questions on your visa application form, and the information you provide will be used to assess your character. You might need to provide evidence of your financial capacity with your visa application. You need to have enough money that is genuinely available to you to pay for your courses fees and travel and living costs. For you, at least 13 Australian dollars. It is mean 28 million 120 thousands 350 Colombian pesitos. To apply for a master, you have to consider the same requirements, and you have to add the following: academic requirements, excellent grades, and honorary average. English language requirements, advanced English level. Evidence of funds to support your study, as I mentioned before, and overseas student health cover. All of them are necessary to study in this country. I hope this information can be useful for you. Thanks for everything, and goodbye. See you soon.